Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Ormark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And we're in our handmade Christmas gift ideas. And yesterday we were making this lovely little box to put some jewellery or something in. And we die cut using the largest of the stitched shapes, the circle out, and we had the piece over. And I said that we were going to do something with that piece. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Let me put this out of the way. And we are going to make, this is one that I did, a very pretty, simple little tag. And it's all about the embellishments for the tag that make it really pretty. So there's this little tiny bell. I hope you can sort of hear it just tinkling away there. And it's about making a pretty tag. I've backed it so that there is room to put your message on the back. And I've used the lovely Wrapped Especially For You, because if it's going on to a present, the present is going to be wrapped and it's going to be Christmassy, but you could use it at other times of the year if you want to. So let's get started. Very simple, and we're going to just step it up a little bit this time. So we're using the inside piece that we cut out, and that's why we cut it with the stitch shapes, because you have the lovely stitched piece. And I've just done a piece in Whisper White to have as the backing. Now I'm going to turn that round so that we have the lovely stitching on the other side as well. So let's just get a little bit of wet glue and put this on. Very simple way of using up your little pieces. And as I said, you know, I try not to waste anything. When you've cut a nice circle out, why not make a tag with it? So we're just going to put this piece in on this side and just line it up. And that just gives the tag a little bit of extra stability, but also it gives that nice piece on the back so that you can write your message in. All right, now I have taken from, and we've used these before during this series, this is from the Stitched Shapes Framelits, which is from the Poppy set. And again, it's a very pretty little piece that fits perfectly inside the largest stitch shaped shapes. So we're going to glue this down. Now you can put them all up with dimensionals if you want to, but I'm just going to glue this one in to just make it a little bit easier. So this can fit in exactly inside, and again I tend to pick them up and then just make sure that I've got it lined up so that it goes in on the center like that. Okay, now we're just going to do on this one, we're going to do a little bit of stamping to just give a little bit of extra on there. So I've chosen the gift wrapped stamp set, and that's where I've done the sentiment, Wrapped Especially For You. You've got Tied With Love, which is quite nice. You've got Celebrate in Style, which could go for birthdays or anniversaries or anything, and it's quite nice to put on a tag. So we're going to take this piece, this one out. Let me find it. Wrapped Especially For You, it's that one. Okay, and that is going to be, I've actually already done it. I've taken it into, this is the smallest of the stitch shapes, and all I've done is I have stamped it out in the Sahara sand so it coordinates, and that can then go in on the center like that. Now I just want to add a little bit of extra detail, and you've got these pretty stars on here, and I think that will just add a little bit of something on there. So let's get the stars out, and I need to get a tiny little block out, don't I? So hold on a minute while I just get my block case, and we'll find a little one because we don't need a a large block for this. So we're going to put the little stars on, take this off, and then in the Sahara sand we can just add some little stars, which I think are quite pretty. I think that that will probably cover them all. I'm going to turn it round so we can have a slightly bigger star in on there. So just in between, like that. And then we can put, just get that closed. Then we can put our little piece in the center, and you've just got some nice little, have it whichever way you up that looks quite nice. And this one I am going to put on with some dimensionals. I've got some minis out here, so I can use those ones. So we'll just have a few little minis on here. And we can then put that just in on the top. So again, this is using up little pieces, little scraps, things like that that you've got. We can put that one just in on the center, like that. And then we need to make a hole in the center. So I'm using my crocodile, and I'm going to use the larger hole on here. So let's line that up so that that comes in on the center. Make sure our wording is as straight as we can. And we're just going to make a little hole in the center like that, because that will allow us to put the ribbon in. Now I'm using this lovely lace. It is the scalloped lace trim, and it adds that sort of pretty, sort of vintage type feel to it. So we need to have a piece which is, how long have we got this piece? This piece measures, let's take it to 8 inches. So, and we're just going to cut it down on a scallop. So if you cut it down to the end where you've got a scallop like that, so that's the ribbon in there. And again, as we've done it before, just fold it in half, and then you can take your little piece. I tend to try and make it into a bit of a point to get it through there. Take it through from the back and just pull it through, and then we can take the ends and just pull them, just pull them through. Now if you wanted to make it more sort of vintagey, you can sponge around it if you want to, but I quite like that that just sort of pretty look on it. So we're then going to, now these were available last year and they're available this year, the little jingle bells, and they come in a red, a green and a gold. So they match absolutely quite perfectly the classic designer series paper we've been using, the 6x6s, throughout the whole series, so that you could put a red one on and a green one and a gold one on, which is what we're going to do on the Sahara sand. Now the easiest way to do that is we have linen thread. So I've got some linen thread, and I'm going to take a piece of that out and just snip. I've had my linen thread a long time because I use it for quite a few things. Now if it bends a bit like that, if you just run your fingernail down it, it'll come through and will just come in so that you get it straighter. And then we just need to put that in down on the center of the bell. And then what I tend to do is, if you just open up the ribbon a little bit, so we're just undoing it slightly to loosen it, and then we're going to put the piece of our linen thread through underneath like that, so that it then hangs down where we want it, and then we can tie just a little bow. So in fact what we need to do is, let's do it the other way, and I'm going to take it through only so that the bell stays where I want. So I'm just going to make sure we've got it in the center first. So get it down in the center where you want it, and then just tie your little knot so that it comes down in that center piece like that. Okay, because then your bell's not going to go moving around too much. So now we can thread it through just in underneath like this. And I'm going to tighten up my bow on here a bit. So that's nice and tight. And then I'm going to have the bell just sort of hanging down where I want it. And then on this piece, I'm just going to do just a little loose bow. So just tying that up. It's always quite difficult to do little bows in on the camera, because my fingers don't always work as well as they should be. Will that come in like that? Just hang it down a bit. Take that bit out, just tighten up just a tad. There we go, that'll do. I will probably do it again a bit, but you've then got your little bell that hangs down, and you've got a really sweet, very simple little tag, but it looks not too fussy. And sometimes it's nice to have things that just aren't very fussy. So this one, I just did the stamping straight on there and didn't have the extra layer. This one, I've just done the little bit of stamping and made it like that. So again, you could do a series of these if you wanted to, but just another pretty way to do a simple tag. You can put a to and from on the back, and you've got another quick, simple, easy little gift idea for the festive season. So thank you so much for watching me so far. Thank you so much again for all the comments. It's really encouraging for me, and look forward to seeing you for the next one. As always, stay safe and stay well and be kind. Bye bye.